Alright guys, we are back here at GGcircuit, live from Evo Gaming in Queens, New York. Moving to our losers final right now. It's between Demigod and Jowah. Jowah won the first one, actually, against Demigod, so he won that one 3-0. And, you know, he had some crazy plays. That Spreading Madness play, that game was probably one of the best games we've seen all day. But what do you think, Max? What do you think of moving into this one?
I don't know. I can't really speculate. I guess my only speculation would be, I would probably see this one coming down to a 3-2 instead of a 3-1. Maybe a 3-2 win either way, as opposed to Jowah managed to win 3-1 the first time they faced off. So I would expect it to be a little closer maybe this time.
I might go the other way. I think Demigod's going to kind of run this one back 3-0, get his revenge.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but let's move into the match here. We have a Priest Mirror underway right now. Dragon Priest for Demigod, Reno Priest for Jowah, and Kanzakis coming down for Jowah here. No way to deal with the Brand immediately, so Brand's going to get a ton of value, especially after that Dragonoid Operative comes down next turn.
Yeah, I mean, he could even go with Argus if he so chooses, or even the Talon Priest. Most likely, of course, we're probably going to see the Operative, but, I mean, we could actually see, perhaps, him going with maybe the Argus, and then coining out maybe a Shadow Word Pain on the Kanzakis. I don't know if there's any world where that's actually better. I mean, on the bright side, if he does go with that line, it should take his Brand well out of range of really any of the AoEs that could be found in the Kanzakis potion.
Yeah, even the 4 damage all minions isn't going to be able to kill it off. So
and it does put Brand, if he, or the Whelp, if he wants to do that, would pump it up to a 4 attack, which is obviously really tough.
This is everything's going right here for Demi. You know, you just play Operative right now, right?
I mean, honestly, I kind of like Defender coining out the Shadow.
I don't know, you can trade in 2 minions, play Operative, you can get 2 cards. It's like the value you just get from that is pretty insane. At the same time, you do have 9 cards in hand.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I'm not jumping all over that.
You can coin out the Cleric.
Yeah, it's perfectly fine. It looks like he's going for the Operative, but based on the fact that he didn't windmill slam it yet, I would imagine he may be considering the Defender, maybe the Talon Priest. He's got a little bit of options here.
If he does trade in here, I think that will probably lead to
with the Argus. I think what he's looking at right now is actually play. I think he's going to slam the Argus down. No.
He's just like, alright, this is too much value. Yeah. I just got to take this. Ooh. Maybe Azure Drake?
I mean, they're all pretty good in their own right. Yeah, it looks like he's going for the Azure Drake.
Sylvanas is good. Shower Depth in the Mirror against Priest is pretty good too, but Sylvanas is really, really solid. So, able to coin out North Share Cleric as well, making sure that he doesn't... What? Okay, he just wanted to get rid of the coin. Interesting. Do you think Debbie meant to play the Cleric there?
I have no clue. I don't see why you would. I mean, I don't...
Sometimes you wanted to draw
the Kanzakis 4 damage potion won't really be good on this board, so if you play the Cleric into it knowing it's not really a good line, I don't see a problem with that. He finds the Doomsayer. That's pretty good, I guess.
It has to be dealt with at least, right?
Well, then again, he could just say that he doesn't know how to play.
He has a power and a pain that can come out next turn.
Yeah, he's got death and pain, so...
Yeah. So you can do something here. You could actually, I kind of like Death Call. If you saw the coin, it's just tough. Because, like, if you have 1 more mana, you could do something really interesting with Defender of Argus. That would have been really nice.
Actually, maybe he still does want to go down the Defender of Argus route. Because what he could do if he goes the Argus route is just pain on the 0/7. Argus on the 2 minions that he has on the right. Send his
Trade the Operative in?
Yeah, as well as send his 2/2.
And just keep Brand alive.
Yeah, keep Brand alive, and he can kill the Kanzakis as well with his pumped up
I think that's a pretty solid line, honestly.
Yeah, he may want to go for that line this particular turn, especially for the fact that he's got double Shadow Word Pain in hand. So I'm pretty sure you want to Shadow Word Pain this Doomsayer, because it's basically 7 damage. You know, of course you're not preventing any actual damage to your minions, but you're still basically getting 2 mana deal 7 damage to this minion Doomsayer. So I think that's pretty fine. Going for this instead.
This is also
seems fine too.
Yeah, able to heal up. Still creates a pretty big wall for the 5/7. What this might force Jowah to do is play that into.
Yeah.
Or, you know, Shower Death as well. Those are both options here that I think he's going to have to really consider. But you could like Shower Death because then you can also play the 4/3 as well. So that seems pretty nice.
Yeah, I mean, I do really think that the Shadow Word Pain last turn was a little bit preferable because in a way you're kind of hedging against that death by actually hitting in to his demon there with the Draconid Operative. Then at least you're getting some value in there.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, now we're kind of we're in a different spot now. We're in a little weird spot now, right? We could have taken out the 5/7, and then we would have had like a little bit better reward
I
situation.
mean, I really do feel like using a Shadow Word Pain there as opposed to like all he got to do was heal up his minion.
Well,
That's pretty negligible.
Yeah, to think about like Summer Pain, a lot of times I guess you're looking for like Twilight Guardian too. It's just like or a Bookworm, something like that. Those are like
Yeah,
best
there's absolutely
targets.
better targets,
Yeah.
but he's got another pain in hand for that. That's the whole thing. I mean, I think maybe that's been a recurring thing for me tonight. Believe it, like I really feel like I'm been encouraging or suggesting that a lot of these people tonight, when they had two of these certain removal spells in hand, would use them a little bit more proactively.
Yeah, totally.
I mean,
I like this. I like the Town Priest coming down here, especially on the brand.
yeah, this is a ton of value. I mean, that's a 419. Is that a glitch? I think that's the real stats. 419.
That's insane.
I don't think Priest can deal with that.
We're just like he's like one turn lethal away if he gets confused. So
he should run Confuse and Alchemist in his deck.
Alright, so Danielle here, it's a pretty tough board to look down, right? I mean, Sylvanas could come down, it's going to be a little delayed, but she will give you the value you need a lot of times. You also have Entomb if you really want to get rid of something. Problem is, you still can't get rid of this brand.
Yeah, the brand's been running rampant and out of control thus far this game. Sylvanas, though, like you said, that actually probably is one of the best top decks you could find, given the fact that it's pretty much impossible for a Priest to deal with a 419. But at least he could potentially steal
So
it.
you could even play a Worm Rest here. Actually, no, there's no activator in hand, unfortunately for him.
Well, that's rough.
I like Sylvanas, though.
I agree. I think Sylvanas is really your only viable option here, and the only actually pretty lucky top deck when you figure that. I mean, sure, okay. Oh, actually, well, I've been blissfully unaware of that Entomb that's in his hand. He could definitely use that on the Drake, but I mean, Sylvanas still seems preferable.
If we were more mana, we could have played like Sylvanas and Def here. Still Sylvanas. I think you might just need to go for some value off this operative, perhaps. Just
That's what I was thinking as well.
Just continue to play that value game. It just feels too good to pass up, right?
I think so, and you're much happier with him getting a 5/6 and a 419. So yeah.
And he's not even killing anything yet. Besides, he killed the operative. He can't kill either of these minions.
Maybe the Drake could perhaps be a little bit better because that way he can't actually even kill his own Sylvanas. You know?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Ooh, the silence snaps the silence off. That was
so
the snap
good here.
incredible.
Silence
And the
is
second
crazy.
death is not
Our
bad.
courier. I mean,
Courier and
Bran
Death are
out,
both
you know?
fine.
That sound's coming down right now.
Yeah,
Oh my
it seems
God.
like, and also not to mention that you get the additional tilt value of going about it the way that he did. And
This is
yeah, in Jowah's, from Jowah's perspective right now, that was you just pulled the exact two cards off of operative that it just literally dealt with
he's running silence in his deck, so and, there's something about that to be said
That's
as well.
hilarious.
The one card that you're running as like a tech is like just being used to pummel you. Now, I do think we need to deal with this board state, right? When is Entomb like gonna come down?
Yeah, I would not be surprised to see.
Wow, yeah, we're healing up the brand there just so we can get a deficit. That's all right, you know.
Yeah, Janelle already threw the well played, So that's kind of something you throw out. You know, you're kind of screwed.
There's another operative coming too.
Yeah.
This one is like pretty much. I don't see a path for Demi losing this match.
Yeah, I mean, Brand's been pretty much running rampant. Probably something along the lines of a Cabal Courier to Doom again. Like
Brand's also like a 210 or something right now. It's a 212.
Yeah, I think a Doom off of a Cabal Courier again would probably be the only thing that would win it.
That would be pretty crazy. Yeah, he's gonna go ahead and Entomb this Folly Drake. I like that. There's no way to really deal with that thing on board, but I expect an operative to come down and probably just break Genial's Spirit here.
Yeah, it looks like that's gonna happen. Find this silence
That's
again.
the third operative, I believe.
Yeah.
With Brand.
That's a lot of value.
That's too much value. That's the thing. Like a lot of people, they'll sometimes you just have to put Bran out early.
Mm-hmm.
Because you really have to go for that risk, but because it pays off, you know, this is what you get, man. So now he also knows there's a Deathwing in the deck.
Yeah, that's some good information. He takes it. Maybe he might just go double Deathwing. Double Deathwing is always really good. He's synergized. I'm joking. It doesn't work.
I like Sarad.
For sure.
Yeah.
Sarad. Even Brewmaster is actually
better than Deathwing here.
Oh, for Brewmaster.
Oh, yeah, you can Brewmaster the operative in case you need another one.
Oh, no.
I feel like that's so Demigod's going full on like.
Is he really gonna do it? He's gonna double bounce because it returns twice. Yeah, he shoots fly.
He might go for it. He was thinking about it. I think he's kind of feeling like how many memes do I really want to bring to this tournament?
Yeah, I'd probably even just chuck the Northshire Cleric out there just as a vanilla minion or heal up the Bran rather than do that. Looks like he's gonna heal up the Bran.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that seems logical. You don't want to actually reduce your damage output. This way, he's pushing 12, so he could actually find Holy Nova. Corruptor exactly, or Holy Nova plus the Azure Drake would also kill him. Yeah. So yeah, I think definitely bouncing your own guy would be a mistake there. Is that the Twilight Drake that he entombed, or is that an actual Twilight Drake? I'm just curious.
Well, History Bar has a... It's no longer working, so not too sure about that one. There's Corruptor, so that's going to be 13 damage right now.
Yeah.
And
actually, he has the Youthful Brewmaster games with that, too. He can kind of... Well, he might want to just do that. Well, actually, he could do that now to guarantee...
I think that's fine. I think that's a fine play.
It might be.
That might actually be it, right? Is that the play you want to make?
I mean... We know he's Reno, so it is a little bit YOLO to try to burn him down.
Like, maybe you need to just like, maybe you actually need to brand with and use Youthful Brewmaster on the 5/6 instead, you know, and just get operative back to your hand and just continue to abuse that.
I mean, if he wants to take more of the board-oriented route, he could simply go like Blackwing Corruptor on his Twilight Drake, take that down to 3, finish it off with the operative, and maybe play like an Azure Drake to draw a couple more cards. I'm thinking it's Sylvanas also is good. Well, we completely missed that. I mean,
that was really nice. Yeah. Great by Demigod there. Just gonna take it. It's too hard to deal with as priest, right? So why even leave it on the board?
Yeah, I like
just
that
make it yours. And here, I think you're forcing Genial to Reno up or find some way to heal up the damage. You have lethal presented on board. You're one off with a heal.
Yeah, I think he found a piece of the feast there. So that actually, okay, yeah, he's gonna just slam that Reno down, which definitely makes sense. If he had gotten greedy and maybe tried to go Priest of the Feast, heal up a little bit with that, that definitely would not have gone too well.
Still gonna play the Priest of the Feast, just as a body, as a 3/6 body.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Oh wow, just so many options right here.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine the Blackwing Corruptor is gonna probably just come down.
Shower Pain coming down, real easy to clean up that 3/6 right there. Also has the Blackwing Corruptor, deal 6 damage to Reno, take that thing out. And it's really up to Demigod what he wants to do. Maybe even a Youthful Brewmaster turn, and it looks like Blackwing Corruptor or Operative. Which one do you think?
I prefer to bring the Corruptor back to him personally because
just 6
it's first. Yeah, and he knows it. You could completely break off the operative.
Yeah.
It's a stronger minion to leave on board. And obviously
it throws it on the barrel. I haven't really seen much of that.
Me neither, that's pretty funny. Just chucks a barrel at him while he's in the hand.
I think this is over.
Yes, I think Demi has this game locked up. Was definitely in a good position from the start. As soon as we started spectating, you know, he had the bread out pretty much from square one.
Yeah. Can you guys pick up the VR in the package? Yeah, they're on the bikes right now. So what's happening this weekend?
You're going to go ahead and use the Holy Nova, able to heal back up as well by playing that. Because of Raza, the Unchained, able to get that free hero power coming. But let me see here. You know, we have 17 damage if you use the Blackwing Corruptor right here. You can also just go Azure Drake across some more cards and use a weapon corruptor as well.
Yeah, I mean that brand has just amassed just an absolutely insane.
It's been on board for the entire game.
Yeah, brand's always been one of my favorite cards, to be honest.
I kind of like Azure Drake here. How do you feel?
I think you start on
Azure Drake,
I'm
the
pretty sure that's
corruptor,
correct.
and sort of.
Probably corruptor on his 5/5.
Yeah.
You want to go face turn, but
Just, I mean, you have enough dragons on board. There's no way he's really gonna be able to take anything out, right?
yeah, it looks like Demi's really just taking his time, probably just because he knows Deathwing exists in the deck of his opponent. Now he can deal with that even if he does find it. He found the second death.
Yeah, this also gives you more burst. You just go death, you go worm rest, and you go face, and you just have if you want the 6 next turn. You know, that's interesting. Okay, so he's gonna just go ahead and Holy Nova, I believe, after this. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that makes some good sense. I think holding the Shadow Word there, which he just looked at for us real quick, definitely just playing on potential Deathwing, I would say. I think that's probably clearly his only consideration there.
Yeah, he's seen it, right? He has it in his hand too, so yeah, we have seen it. Oh, Kazakis from Cabal Carrier. That's always a really good pickup. You can't really brand Kazakis here because you're dead. If you do that, you might have to go for a 1-mana potion right here if you're Genielle. Yeah, just gonna go ahead and do 1-mana potion. Looking for freeze. Did not get the first freeze. Maybe had to gain some armor here. And does freeze a random minion, but
it looks like he went for the damage to everything though, which that's not going to do anything. He picked that.
Oh,
I don't know why.
Yeah, it's not going to do anything actually for what we're doing right here. But he does have a heal, so you know he knows though that there's a Blackwing Corruptor in the hand of Demigod. So Demi's gonna close this one out. I mean, the narrative of that game is brand Bronzebeard on turn 3, and then for the rest of the game. And if it sticks out that long, I think you're going to lose. So Demi again, getting the win with this priest, opening with that priest. A matchup, not as hard, but I think like that one's actually quite difficult sometimes for, if Reno Priest can take control of some of those higher value cards that they have, they can really sort of turn the tide. But Demi, we saw, ran bronze through all the way.
Yeah, and also some other honorable mention plays like using the death on his own Sylvanas, which some may seem pretty obvious to some, but pretty very not obvious to others. Definitely a heads up play, I liked it. And definitely well played.
Yeah, Demi, so he's 1-0 right now against Genielle. This is in the losers final. Bowser's waiting in the grand finals for the winner of this match. Seems like after you knock out, you get your priest win. Now he's kind of like, he still has that paladin. I feel like we got to see what that's going to line up against. And the paladin right now is going to line up against the shaman of Genielle. This is a weird matchup. Shaman usually has a lot of good stuff here that you can deal with. They have Hex. Remember, Genielle also has Devolve.
Oh, that could be really big, actually.
Yeah, if you can get a Devolve against Morock War Leaders or even Bluegills, it's very strong.
Fincha as well, which we see here in the opener. I wouldn't be surprised to see Demigod maybe keep that exactly. Just because, especially because of his playstyle. Also, Fincha, of course.
It's one of the best cards in the entire deck. Yeah. It's very interesting to see how when it's, we talk about how metas get stale and everything, but it took quite a while for Fincha to really develop into any other decks. Dwayna was one of the first players that really took the Finja Rogue, got to rank 1 legend with it.
Yeah.
Why do you think it took so long for us to realize the potential of Finja?
It's a good question. I mean, it is a very unique card, so probably based partially on the fact that it's very unique in the way that it works. It's a very weak minion stat-wise. It pulls out a lot. You kind of have to... I think a big factor of it actually was people figuring out, which may have been a little bit obvious, even though they didn't figure it out for a while, of really what package you want, specifically the 2 blue bills and the 2 war leaders to actually maximize the efficiency of the Fincha. Maybe people weren't aware of that for a while. Also, I mean, just based on the Vicious Syndicate Data Reaper, I do see that Water Pirate, Finja Pirate Warrior is slightly less powerful than regular Pirate Warrior, so I still don't think Finja is like completely end all be all OP.
Not yet.
But it definitely has a few decks where it seems to be optimal in there that people did take quite a while to figure out.
So what Genielle did right there, he went ahead and hexed the Morock War Leader, so that's really important.
That's smart.
That makes it so that, there's going to be a maximum 2 coming out from the actual second anything.
Very true.
He's literally limiting the burst. He's gonna Demigod's really got to make sure that when he sends out the second war leader, it dies, right?
Yeah, that's a heads-up play.
Yeah, right heads up right there.
We do have the Finja coming down on 5, most likely for Demigod, though. That could spell a lot of trouble.
Especially when there's totems out. It's definitely going to...
Yeah,
against Shaman, it always gets this activation, you know?
He may have to find the devolve that you mentioned off the top here, realistically, to have a good chance of fighting this.
So that's another hex target. It's like, yeah, you can hex on Warlock War Leaders, but sometimes they can just beat you with Tyrion.
Yeah, he may have been overcompensating there. I mean, we do see the double lightning bolts in the hand of Janelle, so he may have wanted to perhaps just use one of those rather than the hex. Although the interaction is really, really nice, being able to remove it from the pool of Murlocs that have died, it's definitely tough to determine whether or not that was actually necessary there.
No, I do like it. But at the same time, what Danielle's doing here, he's saying this is my game plan.
Yeah.
Right. So he's gonna have to really stick true to that throughout the rest of this match. Finja though Finja's only gonna get one Murloc. It's gonna go ahead and get a bluegill off of this.
True. That's not very strong.
He does have the option to kill off both of them too if he wants to. He can play his Murloc War Leader as well. So he needs to decide what he really wants to do with this. You can actually double summon Vigil as well.
Yeah, it should be a pretty powerful turn for Demigod. At the same time, we do see the Lightning Storm in the Shaman's hand, so that will be a good response, I would imagine, next turn. Then Demigod, like, with those double summon Vigils, he's very likely to find one of those anything happens. So it could be a tough situation, even though he's not pulling out too many Murlocs here.
He's going to get the bluegill off of the Finja activation right here. So he's opting not to go for the crazy play. I think you can still get one Solemn Vigil off this, but you're not going to get... Oh, you can get both if you do hits.
I think that was a very, very slight misplay by Demi there. I think optimally he should have actually sent both of the bluegills into the 1/1s, keeping them both alive,
just kill them
and face tank the other one.
He could tail this one, but I don't know if you really want to use. So he could have gone double Solemn Vigil there. That was sort of.
I think I might have gone for that.
Yeah.
I probably would have sent both of my bluegills.
Well, you want both of them to die anyway, right? You want to avoid devolve.
Yeah.
So you kind of just want them to die. That's kind of the way I see it. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe he wanted to guarantee that one of those bluegills was going to die.
At the same time, like, you are pressuring your opponent now. You're going to force out a Lightning Storm right here. So it's pretty powerful.
Yeah, I mean, holding the True Silver is definitely good. I was pretty much just going to throw away that weapon charge, but it all depends on how Demigod wants to value it. Does have it here still alive from the Manatide totem, so that's pretty good.
I like trying to drop Acolyte here, probably. You can even, like, I like Doomsayer maybe as well. Doomsayer is really nice, because what you're doing here, you're setting yourself up for Tyrion the next turn.
Yeah, Doomsayer is really good.
Very solid. And your opponent's not going to invest, like, 2 lightning bolts.
He could have actually, it may have been optimal there, perhaps. Maybe throw that Solemn Vigil out there rather than to reinforce there.
Oh, okay.
Don't you think so?
Draw 2 cards.
Yeah, it was only. It's
going to be a little cheaper now, but I feel like you're still doing Tyrion, right? So.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I think Solemn Vigil would have been preferable as opposed to using reinforce there. I think he actually may have just been thinking the same thing.
Yeah, I do feel Demi could be a little bit deeper in his deck at this point in the match. The second Solemn Vigil definitely could have came out at some point. You know.
I mean, that reinforce did nothing. You know, most likely that your Doomsayer is going off there. So I do think that you might as well just go ahead. I don't know if there's an additional value. Maybe I was thinking maybe he's thinking he was saving it for synergy with the Wild Pyromancer. At the time, he had no spells, but you figure you're going to draw into one of them with this additional 2 card draws, was my thought process there. No Hex for Janelle, so that's a Tyrion Forging that's really, really hard to deal with.
It's ridiculous. This game. Maybe one of the best cards in the entire game when it gets sees play. Like,
yeah,
drop Tyrion, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's a really, really high value card. Probably only hindered by, well, Pally's overall lack of power, generally speaking, as well as...
Danielle's going to take the damage, too. Look at that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that makes sense.
I don't think we've seen any weapon removal in Danielle's deck either, so he's just going to end up taking a lot of Tyrion damage, like, over time.
Yeah, that Ashbringer definitely poised to do a lot of damage. He's going for the Jade Claws to set the thing from below there. I guess that seems fine. Finds that anything can happen. That's a
we've seen 3 Murlocs die so far. The problem is Danielle still doesn't have Devolve. So Janelle had Devolve after that. It'd be quite strong because it's, you know, you kind of burned off. If you're not going to be able to double up, as we said, with the second anything. So here, Demi really needs to make a sort of, what does he want to do? I feel like you may want to get like Acolyte and maybe Strauss card Assault Vigil. You could also Outdoor if you really want to, but there's not, I mean, the targets aren't great right now. So I feel like Assault Vigil first might be the play here. You can even kill something if you want to.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably kill something before Solemn Vigiling. If anything, probably just send like. I was actually thinking.
She's gonna go ahead and
ignore it.
Yeah, just gonna ignore it. Go face, get 6 more damage on Janielle's face, taking down to 23. Jade Lightning comes in hand, so he's gonna be able to get rid of this Tyrion with this Jade Lightning right here.
Snapping it off. Yeah, I mean, I guess spell power doesn't do anything for you there, so it's fine to do it like that.
Okay, so if he gets the first one off, or first anything is going to be 8 damage, right? Off the first initial. The second one, though, will be an additional, it's going to be 24 damage, I believe? Because you'll have 2 War Leaders, and then you'll have 4. Well, it also depends on Finja, right?
Oh, right.
So there's a situation here. It's up to 24 damage, depending on if you revive 2 Finjas or if you only revive 1 Finja.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, yeah, on the second
Anything.
yeah. So the first one's going to be 8 damage to 2 Bluegills, 1 War Leader, and Finja is going to be on the board as well. So it's really about whether or not Finja does survive and make it to the second one, because you can keep him on and he doesn't die.
Yeah.
And then you won't revive him again. Or no, you have a chance, but you don't have a double chance, right?
Oh, right. Yeah, that'd
So,
be good. Just not attack with it, just leave it still.
Yeah, so you kind of lessen the chance that he's going to show up again.
We see 2 Pyros and Demigod stand now. Obviously, he's got the equality. Get Pyro equality and do Solemn Vigil perhaps.
And then just drop Blue Hoarder.
Yeah, or whatever else he might draw. But going for anything, I think that makes sense too. That was the other thing I was thinking.
Yeah, use them to combat this board right now, right?
Yeah,
And you also have 5 damage with that weapon. You can start hitting face a little bit. You really want to set yourself up for an awesome sort of lethal here. If you want to, you can Solemn Vigil right here. I like this a lot.
Me too.
Make sure all the Murlocs die, too. Very important. The Bluegills especially. Able to Solemn Vigil 4-0.
Ivory Knight, of course, can pull you another anything can happen if you get lucky.
It's a card that, you know, it's been in this deck for a while, but we don't really talk about it too much because the deck, you know, in tournament scene hasn't really been very popular as of late. But a very short, solid card from Karazhan. Alright, so Janielle here, you know, sitting at 9 mana, so you're unable to do anything with Bran and the Jade Chieftain, but you do have some other options. You could like Chieftain, Totem, you could even play that thing from below to kind of just get on the board.
The thing from below's been sitting in for a while. I would expect
0 mana right now, too. Yeah. I don't think this is really a deck you can take a lot of time against either, unless you get like an amazing Devolve or your hexes are just like on point the whole time.
Yeah.
A lot of times you can rush them down a little bit. You know, they don't.
With the Shaman.
Yeah, the Shaman can rush down the Paladin. It's like, okay, Paladin has trouble sometimes drawing cards, right?
Yeah, I think like you said, you want to be proactive if possible at all with the Shaman and try to take them down before they're able to just. You know, I know when I'm playing aggro decks against this type of Paladin, you definitely want to just aggressively go after them. Pretty much going all in with this board.
Yeah, this looks like Wild Pyro and Consecration is going to be able to do quite some work here. I believe that looks like.
Oh, that's another equality though. So that's
pretty
just
good too. Because like, how much is this? You have 5, 10, 12. I feel like, yeah, you might just go Equality, Consecration, start going face. Yeah, this.
Oh,
is
absolutely.
Great.
I mean, and now he's got a Pyro equality
player
for the
minions.
brand
Yeah.
Chieftain. So I'd say Demigod's got this one pretty sealed up. He's got a very.
Yeah, he doesn't play the
His
Wild
hand
Parliament
catches
there
everything.
because he doesn't want the equality to mess anything up. Just wants the regular equality on. So Demigod's gonna take it unless we see a big thing here from Janielle. Just has the Jade Chieftain in hand, and that might be his play, but I think that's gonna be the end of this one.
Yeah, I think Demigod's got this, and he's well underway to pulling that 3-0 that you were talking about.
Yeah, you know, I think
he may be back with a vengeance.
he's a pretty solid player, right?
Oh, he is. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he was able to smirk it down.
All right, so Demigod's gonna take that one, and he's now up 2-0 on Janielle. gonna win that one with the Paladin over the Shaman. So Demigod is just gonna be left with his Shaman, but it's lined up pretty well. You know, he still gets to play against. He gets to play the Mirror. He also gets to play against Priest.
Yeah.
So you know, there's a few matchups right there, and even the Warlock, he was able to win that one earlier. I think it really comes down to the Priest matchup or the Mirror. You know, Reno Warlock a lot of times can get that win, but it's really hard for Priest, especially Reno Priest. It's so slow sometimes that mid-range Shaman can really just build the board, and they can't really deal with it efficiently.
And Demigod was able to find a win there with his Dragon Priest against
Janiel's
Reno Priest, right? And Reno Priest definitely, like you said, seems weaker than, say, a Reno Block against the Dragon Priest decks.
Definitely.
So I guess we'll have to see which deck Janiel picks here to try to stay alive in the series, which goes with maybe the bad matchup first, and just okay, I don't know this matchup anyway, or what I normally like to do, the best matchup, possible stay alive in the series to try to.
So playing Reno.
Yeah.
I think you go Reno, then you probably play the Shaman, and then just really Priest for last and see what you can do in that matchup.
I agree.
Let's get right into it. Let's see what Janiel's got lined up for Demigod here. Moving into game number 3, it's going to be that Reno lock. Janiel's going to be on that Demi with the Shaman. The last time we saw these two decks go against each other, we had one of the best matchups we've seen all day. So, kind of excited to see what's going to happen this time.
And that was the card that made it very exciting. Right Madness itself. I mean, Demigod does have a Tunnel Trog, always something you want to see when you're playing the Shaman deck, especially in this matchup. You want to go as aggressive as possible, I would say.
And I feel like, you know, Janiel's had Reno like every time too, right?
Yeah.
So this time, Dirty Rat, Sylvanas, and Hellfire in hand for Janiel. Demigod was a pretty solid opening. You know,
Hellfire is definitely a standout.
Hellfire's really good though for Janiel, yeah, because you're gonna probably this, and you're gonna totem, then you're gonna coin J Spirit or something like that.
Dirty Rat here would be.
I don't know. It's kind of hard against Shaman. You know, there's a lot of classes you do like it against, but sometimes it's pretty tough to get playing
But I had to ask. The bikes are expensive.
Yeah, guys, they're $400 bikes.
They're $400 bikes. I don't want to. What's the weight limit? Too big. That's why I'm like, I'm so sorry. I had to ask. I had to ask.
Okay, so you can into this Mana Tide coming down for Demigod. I like this a lot because it allows him to curve even better into Aya and going to 6.
Very true. I mean, it is going to get blasted away by the Hellfire.
Immediately, right?
Yeah.
But now James Spirit gets to kind of come down uncontested a little bit, you know, so it feels like Demigod kind of cleared up that, you know, didn't invest too much into it, didn't coin out the Jade Spirit here. Yeah. Janiel, though, you know, he's starting to put together some of the pieces. Abyssal Enforcer, Shadow Ball. There's a lot of cards that are starting to come to his hand that are going to be able to carry him through.
Yeah, so it's the Pellet
Demigod definitely.
You turn like this.
Aya because of this.
Yeah, a coin Aya next turn, really nice. You also starting to get Jade Lightning, I think, from below, so you're going to have a lot of stuff. Dirty Rat is going to pull out Aya, so interesting. It's not the worst pull for Demigod, actually, you know. You still get the stats. You don't get the one Jade, but, you know, you still get a lot of stats on board.
Yeah, I don't know if that was. I guess the thing from below probably would have been preferable for Demigod in terms of what he wanted to see. So I guess that was probably.
You gotta put it on the Insta or something.
Probably Janelle wanted. Oh, I don't know. They were both pretty good minions, obviously.
You did have the Shadow Bolt ready.
Yeah.
You know, it does skip the Battle Cry, so the body and the Jade. So you are taking a lot of stats away from it. At the same time, what good Demi needs to do now? He gets to be a little bit more flexible with this next turn, right? Because he already played a 6-mana minion, so he gets to do a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, it goes for Hero Power Jade Lightning here. I think that's a correct line. I like that a lot. Even gets the Killing Totem to heal up his Jade Spirit there a little bit, which is not bad. Finds the Thorson on 6.
I think you might just have to do it here. But look at the board, right?
So Demon Wrath.
You're taking 8 next turn. You're not too scared of that. You've been playing against them. You got a few matches now. You haven't seen any Bloodlust, so you probably don't think
to the Demon Wrath.
I like that. It's nice to say, but what are you playing afterwards? That's the question. Probably nothing, right?
Yeah, either nothing or tap, which he probably should have done first.
Yeah.
I don't mind that. It's definitely a defensive line where he's preventing.
You like Thorson might have been a little more active. At the same time, next turn you do have, you know, Abyssal Enforcer.
Yeah.
Who's really able to start cleaning up the board yet again. Just doesn't tap at all. I guess Danielle's a little worried about his health right now. This is another great turn for Demi. He's able, if he wants to, play the thing from below and the totem as
Yeah,
well.
he should absolutely
Yeah.
go with the thing from below here.
Just continue to be aggressive.
With that Abyssal Enforcer in hand, he's about to miss his
So
totem,
is he?
apparently.
I think he's playing around mind control tech, possibly.
Okay. I mean, that may be good. You viewers of Twitch, you decide. I definitely don't play around mind control tech personally, but
Because you're not playing around second rate, and second rate's something you could play around, but
Yeah.
if you're not doing that because you already have 3 minions on board, right? Abyssal Enforcer here, though, is going to take out that man-side toad, the 3-1. Will lead the thing from below up.
yeah, I mean, the Enforcer would have killed the totem anyway, so in that sense, it makes his decision to do that a lot better, seeing as how it panned out. He's actually just got the Azure Drake up top. That's one off, unfortunately. That's super good clear. Get 8, and then you can go Maelstrom Lightning Storm on the 6/6. That'd be pretty nice.
What do you think here? You know, you could just go face, play Chieftain, possibly, just get stats out there.
Yeah,
Then
that's
you
not
really have to
bad.
consider Shadow Flame, you know? It's kind of like very risky in that sense.
He does have it. That's another Chieftain.
Portal might just be the way to go here.
Do you ever portal and just go face?
Whew, that's scary, right? That's super scary. Okay, he's going face. Alright, so Demi
It
is.
sets up potential lethal, I think, which he has the bolt in hand.
Mhm.
So now, if he just kills the thing from below, the Azure Drake and the Bolt hit would take him down.
And we see Danielle picking up Leroy. Also has an Urban Ring Farser, so he's going to have a little bit of time. You know, he does have face the Shambler as well, so he can, you know, copy the 6/6 of the taunt. I like the Shambler, actually. That'd be pretty nice. You could face the Shambler, and then you could also just use Shadow Flame, get rid of this board if you are worried, that is. And, you know, you see Danielle might be a little cautious here. You do have next turn going to Jiraxis as well. So it might set up a pretty clean board for Jiraxis in the following turns.
That seems like the best line to me, the Shambler with the Urban Ring. Here, I mean, Demigod does have some pretty nice responses for that with the Maelstrom, Lightning Storm, and whatnot, but overall, I still think it's probably the best way to go.
Mm-hmm. It's also so much spell damage, though. You got to be like a little scared of that, right?
Looks like he's going that way. Then again, he could use the Blast Crystal here, actually, maybe on the Drake, actually. That could be preferable.
That could be very strong. Yeah, I didn't even think about using Blast Crystal here. I think that could be, but he's going to go ahead and just use the Shadow Flame, but he uses it on the taunt.
I mean, he gets to swing in with the 6/6, so there is definitely some merit to it. It's not just purely a mistake. However,
It's interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting. I probably would have held onto the taunt myself.
Yeah.
But again, there's the merit. He does get to go face with the 6.
So a little bit more aggressive. You know, he has Leroy in hand.
Yeah.
So maybe he's thinking, okay, I can start to just win this.
Yeah, maybe he thinks he could find a little window there where he could finish him off. Demigod fairly low, especially after that hit. He's only got 3 increments of 6 damage until he's dead. So
Demi
with
does
the Leroy
pick up
in hand-
J-Cheater, though, and able to
Yeah.
just put out more taunts. So didn't necessarily work out for Danielle there. Now here, you got to think, okay, you're pretty low to start, right?
Yeah.
So you got to think you got to heal
There you
up.
guys.
But if you heal up, I mean, the way you're doing it, if you're playing Jiraxis or you're playing Urban Ring Farser, right?
Right, or I guess the Cabal Courier and praying and find some sort of defensive option.
Now, what option do you think is best out of that? I mean, you could Blast Crystal and Urban Ring. You could go with like that sort of route. You could take out 2 5/5s, also trade these 6/6. So
I
you'd be up to 10.
is he gonna just be dead if he goes with that? I mean, I know he doesn't know that the lightning bolt's in hand, but I think he's just dead if he goes. Well, yeah, he's just dead, right?
Not yet. He can still Blast Crystal here.
Oh, right, okay,
Yeah.
he's still a couple.
So he can still Blast Crystal potion right here.
Another lightning bolt of Jade lightning would take care of him.
Jade Lightning would be it. Lightning Bolt off the top would as well. Not Lightning Storm, though. Looks like Maelstrom and J-Chieftain is a pretty clean play in terms of just like, you know,
Yep, looks like
take out the
he's
6/1,
snapping that off.
build some more dudes.
Leopardome actually really good.
It's really good here.
Yeah.
If so, Twisting Nether comes out, and all of a sudden Leopardome is doing 2 damage, right?
Yeah, it's a good. It still deals damage even if you deal with it. So I mean, I'm pretty sure the Jade Chieftain is
You might be
better.
tempted to just play Jinyu just because it's has more health.
Yeah, Jinyu Storm, I guess, is fine. I mean, it still pushes lethal. Maybe the Leopard Gnome as well was like the tipping point there. He's like, okay, well, I have the Leopard Gnome now as well. Looks like it is.
Yeah.
I think that's very logical. Janelle definitely needs Reno
needs
now.
Twisting Nether or needs Reno Jackson.
Yeah.
Right at the top. And neither of those are going to do that right here. So looking at your hand, if you do play Jiraxis, you go to 15. You're taking 8 next turn.
Yeah.
Right? And you don't develop anything, so you're kind of just back where you are, but instead you have Jiraxis as your hero.
Yeah.
So I actually feel like the correct choice is to tap.
It's either tap or courier, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
I think you can tap first.
Tap is probably better first.
If you tap first, you can get Reno, and then you're healed up.
Yeah, it's only Reno though, so I'd say it's honestly a bit of a close call because, you know, he's got, it's a 1 in 15
It's 1 in 15, yeah.
because Twisting Nether does not do it, and
No, you don't have
Courier
mana for
has
it.
X amount of
And
mana
Doomsayer's
cards.
not going to do it, so you got to go for Carrier now.
Yeah.
You got to grab with Freeze or something to do this. Arcane Explosion is definitely not enough. Neither is Unlicensed Apothecary. So,
Demigod, with the prediction that you had, I guess you really saw some fire.
Yeah,
in his
man,
play, and
I'm-
you knew he was playing well.
he's got his game turned on. You know, I think after listening to Danielle, the Spreading Madness play, you got to be like, all right, you know, I'm back in this.
We did see some tight play from him. He's obviously the ringer in this tournament.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I think his play has been the best. I will say, I think his play has been generally
Just heads up. I
like
think
very
time.
few plays that I disagree with him, and a few heads up plays that I did spot.
Yeah. So that's gonna be it. Demi's gonna take that one 3-0. Quick sweep of Danielle. He's gonna move on to the grand finals where he's gonna be taking on Bowser. All right, guys, we'll be back in just a few minutes with your grand finals. This is the GG Circuit, and we are live here from Evo Gaming in Queens, New York. See you in a second.
Demi making